And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Tannehill getting it out quickly to Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
And the 11.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. The open man is Smith. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
16 yards.
Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Ravens' 47-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. A first down carry for Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. These two teams, of course, the Titans and Ravens, met in the postseason a year ago. And really, along with the Titans win the previous week in Foxborough, it was one of the shockers of the postseason. The Titans a 6th seed on the road. The Ravens, they were the top seed, riding a 12-game win streak and coming off the first-round bye. But that game was all Tennessee. They led 28-6 at one point, ultimately winning 28-12 and sending them on to the AFC title game in Kansas City. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun handoff to Henry. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Stephen Gostkowski on for the field goal. A 34-yard.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
35-yard line.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
At the 35-yard line.
Throwing again. Jackson. Dancing to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
And that may have been incomplete, but he reminds me so much of when my dad used to take me to the baseball stadium and watch the home run hitters in batting practice. I'll get to the stadium early just to watch this kid throw it.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now another timeout called for by the offense, and that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. 2nd quarter now. Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans.
Tannehill's pass.
A.J. Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll drop here to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
4-yard line.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. 1st down.
Another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down, looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
He was covered by Patrick Queen.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Forced out to his left. Open man is Duvernay. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. at the 18-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. Got some room at the 30. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Tannehill with a throw caught by Brown. 20, 10, touchdown Titans. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
And
he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that makes our score 17-0. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Raven. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens get a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Tannehill on 1st down. Flushed out right. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith. And it's 2nd down. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Tannehill. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young.
Tannehill's pass intercepted.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They'll throw on first down with Jackson, escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out to his left. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete.
Brings up second.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 7.
From the gun, Jackson. Man open left side is Brown.
That's good.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the Titans' 12-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
Kick is good.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Adoree Jackson on the return.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
A gain of
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Back at the 31-yard line.
Tannehill now to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing again is Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Titans 24, Ravens 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that 1st touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
The throw over the middle taken in, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 77 yards, and the Ravens draw a bit closer.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Calais Campbell make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Oh, they come touchdown, Ravens. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead, and I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote onto your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, it goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up. Because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that is incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's going to keep it here. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Baltimore 1st down.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 1.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
25-yard line.
It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'm a boy, one for the safe, boy.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
The Titans on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Tannehill. Flush to his right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Tannehill. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Tannehill throwing again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down. Again, Tannehill. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Play action. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Here's Jackson. We'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Play action, it's Tannehill. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Yannick Ngakoue on the tackle.
Tannehill now to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
The Titans, first down.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Tennessee.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case,
and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Baltimore, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still ballin' like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in her. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate